1999-2000 school year has finally begun. After the delay because of school construction, students are safe and back in their favorite place. Students arrived back on September 13, while teachers arrived the previous Thursday, the 9th, which could explain why some teachers were probably not so happy on the first day. West teachers met their new principal, Dr. Ellen Linke. And on Friday, all secondary school teachers traveled to East in order to attend a talk given by Professor Theodore Hirschberg of the University of Pennsylvania, whose topic was standards and benchmarks. We hope that everyone has a fabulous school year.
Last week, Tuesday, September 14th, West students were held together by class to be introduced to our new principal, Dr. Ellen Linke, and other administrators. Linke was formerly from the Philadelphia School District, but is now part of the West family. During these assemblies, held periods 1, 2, 7, and 8, Mrs. Linke discussed the new changes in West's environment. One major change in West's discipline system is the abolition of detention. Instead of an after-school detention, students were introduced to a new point system. In this system, points will be the student's punishment. After a certain amount of points have been distributed to any one student, the result will be anywhere from an all-day Saturday school to an expulsion. These and many other changes will be difficult to get used to.
I'm Lindsay Kellner here with the newly hired principal here at West, Dr. Ellen Linke. Hi, Mrs. Linke. How are you?
Good morning.
It's nice.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Okay, so how do you like West so far?
I find Cherry Hill West very inviting, very cordial. The students and staff have been very courteous, very helpful. It's a low-key environment, which I prefer. And when we get excited, it should be about celebrations of students and staff.
On Friday, September 24th, all 1,600 Cherry Hill West students gathered into the Jones Gym for one of the 4 scheduled pep rallies this year. This pep rally featured all the fall sports athletes and 2 games. One of the games was the tug of war, which the seniors won, but when took on the mighty faculty, they did not prevail. And the other game was the orange roll, which the seniors also took.
September 16. West students awoke to the school closing due to torrential downpours and powerful winds. Because of these hazards, Governor Christy Whitman decided it would be best to close all public schools. Mother Nature made her appearance as Hurricane Floyd, and this powerful storm brought tragedy and casualties to much of the East Coast. Houses, cars, and any other structure that came into Floyd's path, while flooding roads and highways. And it still has not been decided yet whether this school day will have to be made up or not.
Last Wednesday, the 15th, the annual theater workshop children's show auditions were held. This year's show is Cinderella. After a cold audition, a few inspiring actors were invited back for the callback.
This is senior Megan Kelly and junior Mary Moret. Megan, what part are you?
Cinderella.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah, that's good. Can you tell me like a little bit like what your part is about?
Well, the show is Cinderella, but it's not like your like fairy tale thing. It's like she's just supposed to be like happy about like where she is and stuff. She's not supposed to be all sad. So.
Awesome. Okay, Mary, you. What part are you?
I'm one of the wicked stepsisters.
Oh, really? And can you tell me a little bit about this part?
Okay, the stepsisters aren't what everybody knows. They're not so much wicked as goofy. In fact, we have one guy, it's Jeremy Cohen. He's actually dressing up in drag to be one of the sisters.
The boys soccer team defeated Bishop Eustace High School on Saturday 2-0. Last Wednesday, September 22nd, the squad faced off against nationally ranked Penn Charter Prep School. Despite the fact that the boys didn't succeed against Penn Charter, they still played their best game of the season, in my eyes. West played an outstanding first half, and their defense looked like the tough Pittsburgh Steelers of old. Although Penn Charter tired West out in the second half and ended up winning 2-0, despite a few unfavorable calls by the officials. On Friday, the boys hosted Woodrow Wilson High School. Mr. Sleeth decided to give the starting varsity players a rest for most of the first half and let the JV players get the early lead. The team was struggling in the beginning of the game, but once senior Troy Kaplan found the back of the net, West never looked back. The second half, West put on a clinic for Woodrow Wilson and ended the game winning 4-0. To volleyball. The girls had their first match against Gloucester Tech last week. Continuing from last season, the girls won the match in straight sets, 15-11 and 15-8. Junior Mauricia Sinkoviak played great along with senior Jen Sanchez. On Friday, the girls met up against crosstown rival Cherry Hill East. They also beat them in straight sets, 15-10 and 15-3. They're off to a great start, and I will keep you posted on the girls' volleyball scores.
The girls' field hockey team has started off the season undefeated at 2-0-1 with victories over Paul VI and Pennsauken. The Lady Lions went into Thursday's game against Cherry Hill East 2-0. The Lady Lions took the lead on a first half goal by Ashley Childs. East later knotted the game at 1 with a second half goal. The game ended in a tie. West's hopes for making the state tournament remains high as they remain unbeaten. The Cherry Hill West football team went into Saturday's game with defending state champion Overbrook without having scored a point. West lost the game to Overbrook, but that was no reason to hang their heads. West hung in there only to lose 28-10 to a powerful Rams offense. This was a dramatic improvement from last week. Senior Hamisi Tarrant scored West's touchdown, and Drew Rosner kicked an amazing 45-yard field goal. Next week, West will square off on the gridiron against the Panthers of Camden.
On Tuesday, September 28th and Thursday, September 30th, Mr. J.D. Monday assembled the senior NHS members to discuss elections and the initiation of the tutoring program at Carusi Middle School. 8 students tried out for 4 offices. Each person ran for a specific office, but also declared themselves eligible for election into any of the 4 available offices. All NHS members could vote, and they could vote for each candidate for any office they saw fit. The winners were Greg the Turk for president, Meg Kelly for vice president, Andrew Sherwinski for secretary, and Court Edelman for treasurer.
On Wednesday, September 29th, Mr. Robert Nation came to West to hold auditions for Endangered Species, a play that will be presented during Red Ribbon Week. The auditions were held in the professional library. Mr. Nation heard each student read a monologue. After each student had read, they were given an opportunity to act out a scene from the play. Mr. Nation is a theater teacher at Cherry Hill East and is currently directing the same show at East. Thank you to everyone who auditioned, and congratulations to the 10 students that were cast. On October 5th, 6th, and 7th, all 11th grade students and selective seniors at West will be given the high school proficiency test. The HSPT is a rigorous test of reading, writing, and mathematics skills. This is a state-mandated requirement for graduation. The reading portion will be given on Tuesday, math on Wednesday, and writing on Thursday. Luckily, juniors will not miss out on classes. Thanks to the administrators, a shortened 8-period schedule will be in effect, making all classes 21 to 22 minutes long. The school day will begin at 11 a.m. On October 5th and 6th, freshmen will also have testing. They will be taking the new standards reference examinations, which is designed to measure the student's performance in relation to a set of standards. This test is being used to determine the skills and proficiency level of our students in language arts and mathematics. On Tuesday, students reported to the auditorium to discuss the purpose and nature of the test. Mr. Munyon spoke, but students did not grasp the main idea of this test. The students then continued to the first portion of the test and the second half on Wednesday. On Thursday, 9th graders report to school at 10:30 a.m. On behalf of all sophomores and seniors, I would like to wish the juniors and freshmen luck and thank them for allowing us a few days to sleep late. Yesterday, the Renaissance hung a 10 by 25-foot banner on the front of our school. They will also be hanging one in the front hallway of our school.
Last Friday, both the girls and boys varsity soccer teams battled Cherry Hill East. The girls played a very talented and experienced team from East. East is a perennial powerhouse in girls soccer, so this was a very challenging game for West. They lost the game 7-1 at Richterman Field. Senior Jen Sapp had West's lone goal. This past weekend, the girls cross-country team participated in the prestigious Shore Coaches Invitational at Homedale. Junior Caitlin Pletcher took an impressive 11th place out of 200 runners. Earlier this week, I had a chance to chat with Caitlin on her accomplishment. Caitlin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background in running, like how long you've been running?
Well, I ran with my dad when I was little. Like, I guess I did my first fun run mile thing when I was like 10. And then I started at Cruci doing the track and everything.
Now, this past weekend, you and your teammates entered a tournament down the shore called the Shore Coaches Invitational. And at that tournament, you took 11th place out of 200, which is very impressive.
On October 7th, the freshman class assembled into the auditorium to hear the speeches of the nominees for the freshman class government. As Ms. Staffen introduced the nominees, the crowd gave an enthusiastic applause. The groups that ran for student government were Amanda Brown and Rena Lebowitz, Dominique Harvey and Kristen McCargo, Jenny Judge and Elizabeth Basnagel, Molly Kirk and Mona Wu. The final pair was Monica Montiel and Karina Contra. After hearing the stirring speeches, freshmen voted at the front and back of the auditorium. The results came out that the team of Amanda Brown for governor and Rena Lebowitz for lieutenant governor won for the freshman class government.
On Wednesday, October 6th, Cherry Hill High School West was filled with parents trying to fill their children's shoes for one night only at our annual back-to-school night. Parents got to meet their kids' teachers, sit through 10-minute classes, walk the hallways, and even have a few minutes to get lost. It was a great night for all faculty and for the parents who attended.
Week, for the second year in a row, West football team won on the same week as the Philadelphia Eagles did, against Paul VI. On the first play of the game for West, junior Butch Berry had an 85-yard touchdown run. West scored 2 more touchdowns by sophomore Ed Broom West's first defense allowed no points and had 8 sacks, although the second defense didn't do as well. West still took the game 28-13, and senior Drew Rosner kicked all 4 of his extra points. I'm joined now by senior leader Nick Estelo. How you doing today, Nick?
Doing good, Dan. Yourself?
I want to welcome you to the West Report. This season, you guys are 1-3. You got a big win on Saturday against Paul VI. How do you think the season's been going as a team?
We've had our ups and we've had our downs, but we're starting to come together as a team. And we're hitting a couple hard teams the next couple games, but as a team, we're starting to come together, and we're going to start making some things happen on the field.
On October 13th, West hosted a violence prevention seminar to show West's concern for school violence. In attendance were Dr. Sherman and Mr. Munyon, as well as students from various grade levels and ethnic backgrounds. Dinner was served to all.
On Wednesday, October 13th at 7:30 in the morning in the A-Wing courtyard, the West Choral Music Department had its annual Welcome Back Bagel Breakfast. Sponsored by the seniors, the purpose of this breakfast is for new freshmen to become more acquainted with the people in the program. There was a great variety of bagels, donuts, and juice for all, and it was a great time for everyone.
In other science news, on October the 21st, the Science Club held its first annual regatta competition in D8. With the help of advisors Mrs. Mastel, Mrs. Malilly, and Mrs. Abramowitz, the members worked individually to build lightweight boats, no more than 4 inches wide, which were then raced down 2 storm gutters with the aid of sails and a fan. Each boat was massed and timed, and creations varied from a tiny love boat to the mini-me mobile. Under normal circumstances, the fastest time determined the winner, but in the event of a tie, first place went to the boat with the least amount of mass. At the end of the meeting, the club congratulated Anna Gungulkin for first place, Alex Axel Cooperthwaite for second place, and Ivo Besica for third. Nominations for club offices were also taken, and the elections will be held at the next meeting.
The Cherry Hill West boys soccer team had a tough week in the loss column. The Lions went 1-2 in this crucial week for the National Division title. On Saturday, the team traveled to Pennsauken, where they were defeated 3-2 in overtime. Juniors Chuck Perry and Pat Welding scored their first goals of the season. Monday, the team made the trip to Highland. This was a tight game that featured 4 shots off the post by the Lions offense before Pat Welding scored his second goal of the season to give the Lions a 1-0 victory. Tuesday, the team played host to Paul VI. The Lions lost this one 2-0 to go 8-6-2 overall and 6-5-2 in the Olympic Conference. They still have sole possession of the lead in the division, but have only 1 game to play.
On Friday, October 29th and Saturday, October 30th, Cherry Hill West put on its annual children's show in the auditorium. The play put on this year was Cinderella. The purpose of the show is to entertain young children. The star of the show was senior Meg Kelly as Cinderella, Ed Berkeley as the prince, Amy Potter as the stepmother, Bernadette DeSimone, Jeremy Cohen, and Mary Moret as the stepsisters, and Justin Hubert as the fairy godfather. After each show, all the youngsters got a chance to meet and get autographs from their favorite characters. The show turned out to be a huge success.
I thought Frump was fantastic. Frump. I thought the kids really enjoyed it, and we liked meeting them after the show. I love children. Oh, it was great. I love ballet. Yeah.
Okay, good job, guys.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm standing here with
Megan Kelly, and I was Cinderella.
Justin Holbert, and I'm the fairy godfather.
I'm Amy Potter, and I was the stepmother. You all did a great job. Now, why did you guys do the children's show this year?
Well, I like doing the children's show just because it's like a really great experience, and you get to work with a lot of talented actors and you get to put on a great show for kids.
Acting for me is really like a release because like in school you're all bottled up, you have to do test after test and homework, and you really can't express yourself, but on stage you can really just have a blast, have fun, and just interact with the audience, which is great.
Not only with working with the talented actors, but I also get to go working with the kids during the show because it's like a totally different audience.
Boy, did Cherry Hill West students pull through this blood drive. Compared to last year, the amount of donators has skyrocketed. A total of 87 students donated a pint of blood each. The average high school donation is 81. The blood drive was held on Monday, November 1st in the wrestling room. The American Red Cross ran the blood drive along with Mr. Schmidt, the SGO advisor, and 10 SGO members who have been collecting donor cards for the past month. To donate, you had to be at least 17 years old and file out a questionnaire about your health. Last week, the seniors had a mini-meeting with a representative from the Red Cross who discussed the importance of giving blood and the demand for it. The blood that was donated will be given to very needy children. Luckily, I had a chance to talk to some of the West students who were involved.
Standing here with Alyssa Kutoff and Laura Brown, they're the chair people for the SGO blood drive, fall blood drive.
Hi.
Hi, and is the blood drive going good this year? Is it a success?
Yeah, we're doing really good. We have a lot of people coming in all day, students and teachers, and some parents coming in. We've had a pretty steady flow of students, and they're doing really great.
Okay. What time does the blood drive go from?
We started at 9 o'clock this morning, and it'll go till 2:30, and then it'll be again this evening.
Okay. And how did you guys get involved in SGO?
I got involved through Alyssa because I knew that she was doing this before, and the president asked me to help her out. So we just collected blood cards and helped schedule everything so that it runs.
And how did you get involved, Alyssa?
I've been a member of SGO since my freshman year, and when I was accepted, we went into Mr. Schmidt's office and he said collect blood cards.
Monday, November 1st and Tuesday, November 2nd, students went down to the auditorium to view the Red Ribbon play, Endangered Species. The play, run during 7th and 8th periods on Monday for the freshmen and sophomores, and on Tuesday during 1st and 2nd period for the juniors and seniors, was about a group of everyday teenagers facing the problems that confront today's suburban teenagers. Before the play started, each student was given a red ribbon to wear to commemorate the week. At the beginning of the play, the teens were acting like what is normal for them, going to parties, going out with girlfriends, and drinking and using drugs. As the play progresses, one of the characters is found to have the HIV virus and is immediately outcast by his group of friends. However, soon after this occurs, his friends get tested for the virus and they all test positive as well. This changes the character's entire attitude about life. The play sends an excellent message warning teens about the possible dangers of their actions.
I'm standing here with
Josh Melson
and
Jerry Feldman.
And these are two people picked to represent West in the All-State Chorus and All-State Orchestra. How were you selected to be a member in the New Jersey All-State Chorus?
Well, back in the spring we had to audition. We had to go up to high school further north and do a couple different vocal things, and then they let us know a couple weeks later.
Cool. And how about orchestra?
Well, we had to audition for All South Jersey first, and if we make that, we can audition for All State.
Sounds good. How long is the trip?
We are leaving today on Wednesday afternoon, and we get back Friday night after the concert.
Okay. And do you have any other performances or concerts that you would like to let our viewers know about?
There's the North concert, which is the following weekend up in Newark, and then we have the West concerts. The instrumental and vocal concerts are both in December.
Okay.
Yeah, the concert's up the November 21st at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, and then of course we have our winter and spring concerts in the school. So.
All right. Well, I know you guys have a bus to catch.
Each year, seniors go through a lengthy process of choosing their homecoming queen. On Wednesday, November 10th, the class of 2000 gathered in the auditorium to begin their selection. The voting will continue until the homecoming pep rally on the last day before Thanksgiving break. On this day, West's homecoming queen 2000 will be crowned.
As Thanksgiving grows near, homecoming is on everyone's mind. A big part of the festivities are the floats that circle the field during halftime at the annual Thanksgiving Day game. I had the chance to see how one of them is coming along. I also had the chance to talk with the chairpersons involved in each class.
Hi, I'm here with
Emily Naden
and
Molly Kirk,
the chairpersons in charge for the floats for the
senior class and the freshman class.
Okay, guys, how are things coming along so far?
They're coming along pretty well. We have a lot of people coming out and helping to paint, and we got work to do, but we'll be ready in time.
Sounds good. I understand that the theme this year is movies. What did you guys pick for your movie?
We chose Wild Wild West.
Sounds great. Any special reason why you picked that theme?
It went along with West well, and we always try to have like some kind of school pride thing going on.
The Performing and Visual Arts Society, otherwise known as PAVIS, held their annual induction ceremony on Tuesday, November 16th at 7:30 in the auditorium. Students were inducted in areas such as theater, music, literature, and art. Newly inducted officers for PAVIS include Rachel Byron for theater, Mike Bain for literature, Leslie Vega for art, and Sherry Feldman for music.
The class of 2000 will be having a kissing booth in the cafeteria during all lunch periods. The proceeds will be donated to the food drive, so kiss a senior hello and help out a worthy cause.
This past Friday, West seniors received ballots in homeroom to choose the homecoming queen for the year 2000. Members of the senior class were to choose 5 girls whom they wished to be considered for the homecoming court. In order to be named homecoming queen, several aspects of the candidate's school life are taken into account. These are school activities, academics, student body voting, and teacher recommendations. With these in mind, the 5 finalists that will make up the court were named on Monday. They were Eliana Cruz, Lindsay Kellner, Christine Mebbs, Casey Jones, and Melanie Gaskins. The winner was announced during Wednesday's pep rally. Casey Jones was named homecoming queen for the year 2000. All 5 contestants will be escorted around the football field in convertibles during halftime of Thursday's East vs. West Thanksgiving Day game. Congratulations to all 5 finalists.
Last Friday, November 19th, 1999, students, teachers, and parents packed the auditorium to watch the annual Mr. West pageant. The line was out the door when the tickets went on sale at 7 o'clock. Everyone waited with anticipation to see who would be crowned Mr. West 2000, aka Mr. Millennium. The 10 contestants that participated in Mr. West this year were seniors John Marks as Mr. West Coast, Alex Cardos as Mr. Mooch, Dove Cohen as Mr. Love Doc, Sean Smith as Mr. Robin Hood, Greg DeTurk as Mr. Angelic, Troy Kaplan as Mr. Old School, Adam Rosenzweig as Mr. Barbie, and Ivo Besica as Mr. One Man Band. The 2 underclassmen that participated in the pageant were Jason Jennings as Mr. Rock and Roll, and the brother of Mr. West 1999, Matt Levy, as Mr. Mamba. The contestants were judged on their casual wear, formal wear, talent, and swimwear. After the Studs of West completed their 4 categories, they were sung to by the lovely Bernadette DeSimone while the judges tallied up the votes. The 5 finalists were Mr. Mooch, Mr. Barbie, Mr. Robin Hood, Mr. Love Doc, and Mr. Angelic. And the winner was Adam Rosenzweig as Mr. Barbie. I had a chance to speak to Adam, as well as other contestants. Tonight, you're Mr. Mooch. This isn't a normal name. This isn't like Mr. Barbie or Mr.
Yeah.
Can you explain your name for me?
Well, I've gotten the nickname ever since 1986. 86. Good friend of mine, you know him very well, Danny Myers. He gave it to me, you know, because I'm always like, I can't even tell. I'm always like adventurous, and I'm just chilling. And yeah, so it's chill.
Well, Mooch, I want to wish you good luck tonight. It was a great act, and good luck.
I'd like to give a shout out to all my boys out there. One's for you, West Side.
Mr. Old School, last year Mr. Slimmons. This is Mr. Old School. You look great tonight.
Thank you.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay, tonight I saw your act. How do you think it went over?
I don't know, you know, sound is kind of weak. I don't know what they're doing up in that sound booth, but I think it went all right. Crowd was liking it towards the end.
But I mean, is it really important how well you did, or did you just have fun?
You absolutely come out here for fun. You come out here to entertain people. You come out for the laughs, for the comedy, the entertainment. You're not here to win.
Okay, and actually, I want to thank you, Mr. Old School, and good luck this way.
Thank you.
And now, as you can see, Mr. Adam Rosenzweig, Mr. Barbie, just won Mr. West. How do you feel?
Well, honestly, it is probably one of the greatest feelings of my life. As soon as I heard that I wasn't the first runner-up, I started to go nuts. I was running up and down the stage. I was getting the crowd pumped. I was getting myself pumped. Just say everybody was pumped.
Okay, and last year you unfortunately didn't make it in the Mr. West.
Yeah.
So this year you wanted to come back, and I'm sure you just wanted to have a good time, and I'm sure you just wanted to maybe, didn't matter if you placed.
Exactly.
So, I mean, you win it this year. What are your plans now? What are you going to do?
Well, honestly, as Mr. West, I like to make I like to improve the school community. I don't know what I can do by that, but for all you guys that voted for me, I just want you to know I thank you for your support, and I'm on the job. Mr. West is going to make a difference.
Hey, Adam, you get to be at the football game. I mean, you get to be recognized in Cherry Hill as Mr. West, passing on the tradition from year to year. Now it's you. You get to ride in a convertible. I mean, who's the lucky gal going to be in the convertible?
Let's just say we'll find out at the East game.
Okay, Adam, congratulations. And I see decked out in pink here, Mr. Barbie with his flowers. You're looking sharp, man.
The cheers and screams could be heard for miles as West held their annual homecoming pep rally on Wednesday. The 4 grades competed in the lemonade drinking contest and the pie eating contest.
Friday of last week, 3 chair people visited West to explore its walls and approve it as an IB school. The day started out with a buffet breakfast where introductions were made and steps were finalized. Following this, a tour was given by 3 sophomores and 2 seniors. The tour, including the language rooms, the new science wing, plans for the new auditorium, and cafeteria, was a great success. Also during the tour, the representatives met with parents to answer any questions they might have about their respective program. Later that day, they met with students who were interested in the program and answered questions from them also. The visit was a great success and a wonderful honor here at West.
Topping our stories this week is the Lions' victory over the Cherry Hill East Cougars at the annual Turkey Day Showdown. It was an amazing performance by the entire team, shutting the Cougars out 29-0. Many students and alumni showed up last Thursday morning to cheer on the Lions to a 2nd consecutive victory. The ground was wet and the air was cold, but it was all well worth it when West left the stadium with a clear victory. And now with more on the game, here is West Report sports correspondent Matt Riley. Matt?
The Cherry Hill West Lions football team recorded their 2nd straight Thanksgiving Day win over rival Cherry Hill East, earning them their 2nd straight Al DeBart Memorial Trophy. They won the game 29-0 over the visiting Cougars. Junior Butch Berry recorded 2 touchdowns on 13 carries for 131 yards. Sophomore Sean Dolan proved he could be a leader on the field at a young age with 1 rushing touchdown and an interception as a cornerback on defense. Sophomore Ed Broom was Berry's lead blocker, who also scored 1 touchdown for the Lions. Senior captains Hamisi Tarrant and Yuri Boyd-Atkins' tenacious defense led to 4 sacks of East quarterback and 1 safety in the first half. Yuri Boyd-Atkins also had 2 sacks. East finished the season at 1-9. West finished the season at 2-8. West's young team looks promising for the next few years. Congratulations to the Lions.
Also at the game last Thursday was the halftime homecoming parade. In the parade were the traditional floats decorated by both schools. West's theme this year was movies, featuring Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, while East's theme was music. Also in the parade was the recently crowned Mr. West, Adam Rosenswag, the class of 2000 homecoming queen, Casey Jones, and the 4 other homecoming queen finalists, Lindsay Kellner, Ileana Cruz, Melanie Gaskins, and Christine Mebbs. All of these students rode with their escort in the backs of 6 styling convertibles. I had a chance to catch up with some of those riding in the parade, as well as those who helped in the preparation of it. You rode in the parade on last Thursday for the homecoming parade. How was that for you? Did you enjoy it?
Actually, it was a great time. I chose the beautiful Jacqueline Del Rossi, senior girl who was in my Mr. West act, and we had a great time. We both dressed in the proper attire, very sharp out there, rode around JD Monday's Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Ooh, yeah, all the cars they were very styling.
It was definitely a lot of fun, something I'll remember forever.
So Del Rossi was the lucky girl. You were just recently crowned homecoming queen last Wednesday afternoon. How was that for you? What was your reaction to it?
I guess it's pretty cool. Like, I was pretty surprised. I was definitely not expecting that at all.
Yeah.
It was cool though.
Yeah. I saw in the video you were quite surprised and shocked, but you seem very excited about it. You most certainly deserve it.
Thank you.
You rode in the homecoming parade on Thursday. You rode in the convertible, and how'd you like that? What was that like for you?
It was really embarrassing because a lot of people were like, I don't know, it was embarrassing.
Yeah. I think everybody else in the cars shared that same feeling, a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
And your escort, Casey, tell me a little about him. How did you choose that person?
Well, I thought he was a very good pick. He definitely made me not be nervous. And he's a fun guy. He's a fun-loving guy.
Good. Hey, I hope to meet him someday. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out with me.
No problem.
And congratulations on your crowning.
Thank you.
In preparation for last Thursday's homecoming game, SGO sponsored its 2nd annual homecoming dance last Wednesday night. This casual gathering of all grades and alumni in the West Cafeteria was a great success. The atmosphere was very enthusiastic. Some were reunited with graduates from previous classes, while others just danced the night away on the steamy, soulful dance floor. Students were able to bring 2 canned goods in order to save $1 off the cover charge. They could also purchase a raffle ticket to win a dance with the homecoming queen herself. Both the canned goods and the money collected were donated toward the holiday food drive SGO is currently sponsoring.
This past Monday, the meeting was held for the annual spring musical, Guys and Dolls. The musical was announced last week by Mr. Pinder. At the meeting, students were given sheet music and scripts to start practicing for their auditions that will be held next week. Vocal tryouts will be held on Wednesday, dancing on Thursday, and those who are called back may audition for a role on Friday. I had a chance to speak with the director of the show, Mr. Pinder, and 2 eager students who are going to be participating in the musical.
I'm Steve Chegga here in the West Cafeteria with
Lindsay Kellner.
Adam McCary. How are you 2 doing today?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Steve?
I'm good.
I'm doing good.
Are you 2 trying out for the musical here at West?
Yeah, I'm planning on auditioning this year.
Same here.
Okay. Why would you want to do this? Why would you want to audition for the musical?
Because it's a lot of fun.
Also, basically, because it's a lot of fun, and I'm hoping I'll have fun this year too.
What play did you choose to do this year?
This year's musical will be Guys and Dolls.
All right, why did you choose this play?
Well, it's got a lot of good opportunities for singers and dancers. It has 4 featured roles, which I think we can fill very easily, and a lot of good numbers for the chorus as well.
For the past few weeks, West has been having some weird changes being done to the school. Now, you wouldn't think that painting the hallways of a school would be considered weird, but when you look at the colors, you will understand. Some students were led to believe that it was done in order to satisfy fire codes of some sort, but in actuality, the walls were painted for school beautification. There is a mix of colors from fluorescent orange to a lime color green. It's kind of hard to explain, so I will just let you see it for yourself.
On December 14th at 7 p.m., the Cherry Hill West Choral Department held its annual winter concert in the East Auditorium. West students had the chance to travel across town to take advantage of East's large seating capacity. Over 300 singers, directed by Mrs. Bass and Mr. Beckley, make up 7 talented choral groups. These 7 groups are Vocal Workshop, Chansons, Concert Choir, West Singers, Men of Note, Ramada, and Chamber Singers, which sing a variety of music from Gaelic River dance songs to Latin a cappella pieces. And to wrap things up, the West Choral Department invited alumni to join them in the annual Shalom and Hallelujah Chorus. This program was a joy to watch and great to listen to for all who attended. I had a chance to speak with a few students about this event.
Hi, I'm backstage with Danielle Sipple at Cherry Hill East, and she just performed her Irish River dance from a Gaelic piece of music. Can you please tell me a little bit about your routine?
Well, it was started off as a solo on my part, and then it joined by 8 other dancers, and it was just traditional Irish step dancing to the river dance.
It was great, it really was. Is this the first time for a person to be dancing?
I think in the choral vocal department, it is the first to have a featured dancer, but I'm sure they've had dancers in the past, but I think this is the first of this sort of ethnic dancer.
Do you have any aspirations to be in the ballet or anything like that?
Well, I don't, not technically the ballet, but I would love to go study in Ireland and pursue it as a hobby. So.
That's really great. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
On Thursday, December 9th, West held the Winter Instrumental Concert. Starting at 7:30, the lead-off group was a symphonic band, with arrays of instruments like the horn, trombone, baritone horn, tuba, and percussions. They played On a Hymn Song with Philip Bliss, Next came the Select Strings with tunes from the Nutcrackers. Where violins, cellos, and horns performed Concerto Madrilesco. After the concert, all were invited to the cafeteria for the reception. On Friday, December 10th, students attended the 4th annual 3-on-3 basketball tournament. This event is run by the classes of 2000 and 2001 and has been very successful in past years. It keeps that tradition this year. 12 teams comprised of students and faculty go head-to-head in an all-out test of their basketball skills. They allow 3 on the court at a time and have 1 sub. First, the teams play each other in a variety of round-robin games. After 3 losses, a team would be eliminated. Then the same continued in the second round until more teams were out, until only 4 teams remained. In this semifinal, the games were lengthened to 12 minutes, and the winner went on to the finals. The 2 teams which made it this far were Dan Mayo, Russ Klein, Mark DeWolf, and Sean Smith on one team, and May Lou, Andy Yoon, Dan Toroff, and Nick Falco on the other. After a rigorous 12-minute game, Dan, Russ, Mark, and Sean were winners. I had the opportunity to talk to the winning team after the game.
I'm here with the winning team for the 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and they are
Sean Smith,
Dan Mayo,
Mark DeWolf,
Russell Klein.
Okay, and just tell me, how does it feel to be the 3-on-3 champs?
It feels great.
It feels good. First time in 4 years. Falco and I and Dove Cohen, Bill John created this tournament, and Falco and I were in the final. It was an unbelievable thing. 4 years.
All right, well, you guys did a really good job.
See my pants?
You like the short shorts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm Jordan and I Tommy. ripped my underwear. Anything. It was my lucky draws, too. Just to win this basketball tournament. And the stock.
You have anything to add to it?
It feels good.
You guys have any favorites that happened in the games?
Personally, I would definitely have to say I kind of liked when Brandon Richardson, the sophomore, made a huge face at this kid, Troy Fleming Kaplan, because he shouted out air ball when the guy missed the 3-point shot. Kid was mad. Troy tried to hide in the bleachers, but his face was recognized.
Personal note?
It wasn't me.
On Monday, December 20th, West students involved in FOP, Fraternal Order of Police, traveled to the Hilton of Cherry Hill to host a party for the special ed children of local elementary schools. Our students, as well as East students, waited on tables, dressed up in costumes, danced and played with the children in order to liven up the holiday season. While eating hot dogs, ice cream, and cupcakes, they were serenaded by local music groups, as well as the Bells of East. At the end of the day, all the youngins had a chance to sit on the lap of Santa Claus himself and receive Beanie Babies donated by local charity groups. Overall, fun was had by everyone. Through giving and sharing, this was a great opportunity to show the true spirit of the holidays.
On Tuesday, December 21st, during 1st and 7th period, many of our musicians presented the school with highlights from both the instrumental and vocal concerts. During 1st period, the wind ensemble, orchestra, and bands performed their pieces. And during 7th period, chamber singers, concert choir, West singers, men of note, and fermata gave an excellent performance.
Every year, our choral music department takes a trip in the spring. This year, 90 of our musicians will be traveling to Europe. In order to help raise funds for this trip, many students took part in selling cheesecakes. The cheesecakes were picked up last Thursday in the cafeteria after school. These cheesecakes make great holiday gifts and make a great dessert for your holiday dinner.
The West cafeteria was buzzing with Renaissance qualifiers at their annual pizza party. This is the second year that our school's top academic organization has hosted such an event for students whose grades met the rigorous standards of excellence. The 9th and 10th graders gathered on Thursday, and the 11th and 12th graders gathered on Friday for pizza, soda, chips, and a lot of fun. Overall, the party was a great success. I had a chance to speak with some of the qualifiers.
I'm here with Swati.
And Chris.
And could you tell us what you do for the Renaissance?
Well, right now we just finished the WOW today. This is Thursday, and tomorrow the juniors and the seniors are coming for the WOW. We just finished it. I think it was a big success.
Yeah, it's we have all the people coming in. They have all A's, B's, and no more than one C, no discipline, and they're able to come.
Okay, and everybody gets drinks and sodas and
pizza. And well, they get a platinum card, which they get in homeroom. They got it yesterday.
Okay, that's nice.
Approaching the year 2000, many advertisers, salesmen, and people alike have been making the assumption that the end of the millennium is soon coming. Well, after extensive studying and research, I have found out that this information is false, not true. It really isn't going to be the end of the millennium. After all this time, the end of the millennium will in all actuality be at the end of the year 2000. And after this year's false advertising by everyone from Will Smith to M&M candies, the advertisers will be back on the bandwagon again next year, celebrating the real end of the millennium. If you don't believe me about this, here's some more information from West math teacher Miss Duffy, and I talked to some West students about this topic.
The millennium is really a celebration of the ending of 1,000 years. However, the year 2001 would really be the end of 1,000 years. If you really think about it, the year one was called year one, even though you really had not accomplished a year yet. So to really finish 1,000 years, we should be celebrating at 2001. But I guess for promotional considerations, for all the little pins and the banners and the buttons, 2000 looks a lot better than 2001, so we are celebrating the end of 1,000 years this year, when in reality it should be next year. And we'll start the next 1,000 years.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Duffy, for that educated millennium outlook.
Hi, I'm Boris Moyer, and I'm here with
Eric Davidson.
And what grade are you in, Eric?
11.
And are you ready for the end of the millennium?
Yes, I am, Boris.
Well, did you know that actually it's not the end of the millennium?
I think the millennium starts 2001.
Very good. So you did know that. So that's good. Hi, I'm here with
Ethan Dennis.
And Ethan, are you all ready for the millennium?
You better believe it.
Well, did you know that in all actuality, it's not the end of the millennium?
What are you talking about?
It's not the end of the millennium.
No, it is though. Seriously.
No,
you're wrong.
Millennium.
You're wrong.
The end of the millennium
No.
is in 2001, Ethan.
It's the end of millennium.
No,
this is it.
It's in 2001.
No.
Obviously, this kid is taking wrong in his assumptions of the end of the millennium. Hi, I'm here with
Joe Crick.
And are you all suited up for the millennium?
Definitely.
Did you know that it's really not the end of the millennium this year? It's going to be in 2001.
Get out of here.
No,
serious?
I'm serious. It's going to be the end of 2001.
Mind twist this whole time. Wait. Explain to me, please.
Okay. Well, the year started at 1, and then it would have to end at 1 because there was no year 0. So 2001 will be the real end of the millennium. It's been proven by math teachers all around the world.
Did Chuck Connie say that?
I'm here with
Brian.
And Brian, what grade are you in?
11th.
And are you ready for the millennium?
Think so.
Well, Brian, did you know that it's actually not the end of the millennium this year?
Yes, the millennium is actually 2001.
Very good. And how did you learn this?
I think I heard someone in work tell me.
Well, that's good. Good job.
Thank you for watching the West Report. Please join us in the year 2000. Merry Christmas.
And happy Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. Good night.
The holiday food drive was the greatest success ever. I had a chance to talk with Miss Medadiri.
We collected over, I would probably say $3,000 worth of food, and that's an estimation because we collected $2,105, which we actually used to purchase food, but then we had countless donations from people in the building.
The girls' basketball team is in a rebuilding year. The Lady Lions only returned 2 seniors this year, Morgan Lang and Margaret Kavanaugh. This didn't affect their performance in their holiday tournament. Like the boys, the Lady Lions took 2nd place in their tournament. Coach Bridget Garrity was pleased with the girls' performance, and they look forward to a progressive season. 2nd place seemed to be the spot for West's sports team over the winter recess. The Lions wrestling team also took 2nd place in their holiday tournament. Seniors Troy Kaplan, Yuri Boyd-Atkins, and Sean Cunningham hope to lead an outstanding team to a very successful Group 4 season. Zach Seymour, Ryan Cunningham, and Troy Hood help round out an impressive squad that will be an exciting team to watch.
On Friday, January 7th, students had the great opportunity of seeing some of their teachers perform in the Faculty Talent Show. Some of the highlights of the evening included a mock classroom scene presented by the Math Department, a Girls Just Want to Have Fun sleepover featuring Miss McLeisters and many other female teachers, Mr. Lee singing the classic Moon River, a Gap commercial, a vocal duet by Mr. and Mrs. Bass, and much more. Renaissance also hosted games in between acts for a chance to win prizes. It was a fun evening for all who attended.
On Tuesday, January 11th, Mrs. Staffman's Racism, Politics of Hatred class held its first annual awareness forum entitled Into the Millennium, Together as One. Each student in the class created a multimedia presentation to present to students from other classes. Among the topics addressed in the forum were the roots of hatred, hate crimes, hate groups, hatred through films, and racism within our school community. Students presented video and computer programs related to their topic. At the end, the floor was open for questions from the students. The purpose of the forum was to make everyone aware of how dangerous racial hatred can be. Many examples were presented, such as the shootings at Columbine High School and the genocide committed by the Nazis in Germany. Hopefully these presentations will help to open students' eyes about the harm that racial prejudice can cause.
Tuesday, January 18th marked the 100-day plateau, and the countdown is beginning until the end of the year. This year, Senior Cut Day fell on the first day back after a 3-day weekend, making it a 4-day weekend for all seniors, with the exception of about 27 students who came to school. Some common activities among seniors include sleeping late and hanging out with other seniors taking the day off. I had a chance to catch up with some of these seniors and ask them exactly what they will be doing to Senior Cut Day. Let's take a look.
My name is Mike Damons, and I'm gonna cut on the Senior Cut Day, and hopefully I'll be sleeping, so I won't come to school. And that's all I'm doing.
Yeah, my name's Steve Chaika, and I'll be cutting on Senior Cut Day because it's the thing to do. I mean, I don't think I should be in school because it's Senior Cut Day. And I think I'm just gonna chill, have a little fun.
I'm Dan Myers, and on Senior Cut Day, I'm gonna indulge in sleeping in late and then probably gonna make myself some pancakes or something. Then around 11 o'clock, I gotta come into school to watch a movie, and then I'm gonna go back over to my friend Mike Dalby's house.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Lipsman, and on Senior Cut Day, I plan on sleeping in a little bit, maybe hanging around, just hanging out with some friends. But unfortunately, I do have to come back at 2:30 for a rehearsal, so I'll just be around here during the day and then come back here.
I'm Diana Shabath, and on a Senior Cut Day, I'm probably just going to sleep in late and go out the night before. That's it.
Hi, I'm Ashley Gibbon, and on Senior Cut Day, I have to come in early to school to turn in some stuff like tests and field trip money and good stuff like that. But other than that, I'm going to go home and fall back into bed and go to sleep until I wake up because I'm sleep deprived. So other than that, I really don't have any other plans, so I'll just wing it.
I'm Andrew Naiman. I'll probably be the only senior in school on Cut Day because my parents are making me, but that doesn't mean I'll be going to all my classes.
My name's Glenn Ottinger, and I'm a Senior Cut Day cutter. On Tuesday, I plan on going to Mike Dolby's house for some good times, some great pool, some great movies. All my friends going to be there.
I'm gonna be there.
He's going to be there, and it's going to be a good time. All right.
My name is Nick Falco, and on Senior Cut Day, I'm going to sleep in, go to Blockbuster, and then come over here to get lunch, and then go back home and watch a movie.
On Thursday, January 13th, a mini meeting was held in the auditorium for the senior class. During this meeting, seniors were informed about the decline in their attendance. Also in the meeting, the seniors were introduced to Mr. Jordan, the new disciplinarian for the 12th grade. Mr. Jordan is returning to the school he started at 35 years ago. He will be replacing Mr. Culligan, the previous disciplinarian. We at West would like to welcome Mr. Jordan back to our faculty, and good luck to him in the future.
On Wednesday, January 12th, everyone involved with the student activity was photographed for the 1999-2000 yearbook. These photographs included various clubs, student government programs, as well as winter sports. These pictures took place all throughout the day and after school. I had a chance to catch up with a couple students who were being photographed.
I'm in West Auditorium here with seniors
Deanna Drum,
Tom Dean, and they just got their pictures taken for the West activities. And can you tell us a little bit about that?
We're in project graduation. They took our picture for the yearbook.
Yeah, I'm in project graduation.
Go graduate.
So how do you think the pictures went? Do you think it was all right? The camera guy was all right?
Yeah, he switched us up a lot, but yeah.
Yeah, he was a little pushy, but you know, I dealt with it. It's okay. I think he might be a little sad. On a more personal note, how do you think your physical appearance was today?
Feeling good about it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
On Friday, January 14th, auditions for Broadway Night Dance were held in the cafeteria after school.
Students reported to the cafeteria to try out for the lead roles. 2 separate auditions were held for the kids. One of the auditions was held for the girls and one was held for the boys. Students were asked to perform dance routines and show off their skills. Good luck to all those trying out for the parts of Broadway night. You may have noticed that the wrestling team has a whole new look to them. They have been issued new t-shirts featuring a meaner side of the wrestling team. The shirts are available in black. Here's a look at the shirts being worn by wrestlers Ryan Penn, Tom Richardson, and Mr. Staniak, the coach of the team.
The big story in sports this week is the East versus West swim meet held at Gloucester Township Tech. On the boys' side, they were just outswam by a team with more depth and more experience. East happens to be first in South Jersey and one of the highest ranked teams in the state. On the girls' side, the bright spot was Katie Copel, despite their loss. She won all of her events. Congratulations to her.
On Tuesday, January 25th, and Wednesday, January the 26th, all Cherry Hill public schools were closed due to the Winter Storm Billy. The amount of snow totaled anywhere from 6 to 15 inches, with a little bit more in Delaware and Maryland. The 2 makeup days will be the first 2 days of spring break.
Ask you where to park today.
Well, today I have to park in a teacher spot because it wasn't plowed. Our spots weren't plowed.
Yeah, the whole perimeter of the parking lot was covered in snow. They didn't even they didn't push the snow back far enough so we couldn't see our lines. So I drove around for a while and then I was late to school because I couldn't find a spot. But I ended up parking on the basketball courts.
Well, I, being a law-abiding citizen, parked 2 streets away from Cherry Hill High School West, whereby I walked across the snow for 1.5 miles just to get to school, so I wouldn't have to park in a teacher spot because I love the teachers here at West and I wouldn't want them to have any go through any trouble.
Well, unlike Sean, I'm just a jerk. I parked in a teacher's spot in the back row back there because, well, my spot was completely covered with the flaky white stuff, so I had to park in a teacher's spot, and I'm not concerned about whose spot I parked because mine was taken, so I'm going to take somebody else's. That's just the name of the game. So, finders keepers.
On Friday, February 4th, West held its annual talent show in the auditorium. The talent show was a great success this year. It had a variety of acts, everything from hula dancers to rock bands, and it was a great time for everyone in attendance. Some of the winners were Side B, covering Cross-Eyed Mary by Jethro Tull, winning for Best Band. Carolyn Dumser and Lisa Cates dancing to Blue Twilight, won for the Best Dance. Lindsay Burbank doing a baton twirling act, won for Best Variety. And Garrett Miller and Tara Halpin sang I Had the Time of My Life and won for Best Vocal. The talent show this year was a great success, and we would like to send our congratulations to all the contestants.
Top story this week is the West and East held their annual wrestling matchup in the East Gymnasium on Wednesday night. East came into this meet looking for revenge due to last year as they lost to the Lions. Unfortunately for East, it didn't get any easier. East looked strong as they came out the first match with a win. Troy Kaplan, Steve Slotkin, and Chris Reynolds got West right back into the match with 3 wins in a row. The middleweights struggled for West as East pulled in within 7, but unfortunately didn't get any easier for East as they faced off against Adam Rosenzweig, Ryan Cunningham, Zach Seymour, Mitch Carson, Sean Cunningham, Yuri Boyd Atkins, and finally John Ferrari. All had wins in their matches as they slaughtered East 52-13. Ryan Cunningham is second in the nation in the 152 weight class. Sean Cunningham got his 20th win last night, along with Yuri Boyd Atkins with 20 wins on the season. I caught up with the 4 captains of the wrestling team after the meet to see how they felt about the win on Wednesday.
Hi, this is Dan Myers up here with 4 wrestlers from Cherry Hill West. Congratulations, guys, on your win, 52-13, big over East. This is Troy Kaplan, wrestling in the 112 weight class. Adam Rosenzweig, wrestling in the 145 weight class. Yuri Boyd, 215 weight class. And Sean Cunningham, the 189 weight class. All seniors, all captains. Guys, an excellent performance tonight. Troy, first you had your pin against Dave Coper. I saw in the match you were a little hesitant in the first period. Why don't you tell me about that match?
Well, he was being a little precautious. You know, he's a tough wrestler. You know, he's backing off. You know, that's what you got to do. The first period with a wrestler you've never wrestled before, you got to be cautious, not give up the big points.
It was a very emotional match for me, considering it's my last time wrestling here in the East Gym, and it's my last East to West match forever, my entire life.
Adam, congratulations. Yuri, you come over here and congratulations on your pin.
Better. I kind of underestimated him, but I was hoping I'd rely on my strength, tire him out, get him in the third.
Yeah, that was a nice pin in the third period. Once again, congratulations. Sean, congratulations on your pin. All four of you guys have pins.
At a lighter weight class last year, so I hit the ratchet on him and it worked. I got 3 in the first, and I went for the pin in the second. I got it with like 30 seconds left.
You go to 20 wins now in the season. Congratulations to all you guys. Troy, Adam, really just an all-around great effort by you guys. I want to thanks for the interview. Good luck. Go celebrate or something.
On Friday, February 11th, the freshman class sponsored Cherry Hill West's first annual TGIF. The purpose of TGIF was to give students something other to do than the usual on a Friday night. Some of the activities were basketball, volleyball, and dancing. There were also episodes of I Love Lucy and Rugrats shown. The band, the Endorphins, played for an hour and a half. I had a chance to speak with some of the students there.
I'm Tim Gallen, and I'm here with
John Shimchick,
And what grade are you in, John?
9th.
All right, why did you decide to come to TGIF?
Because a lot of my friends are going to be here tonight, and I decided to come hang out with them.
Are you having a good time?
Pretty good.
What is your favorite activity?
Basketball.
If the freshman government decides to have more TGIFs, would you go to them?
Maybe.
I'm here with
Lonnie Hollins, Katie, Mara.
And what grade are you in?
We're all in 9th grade.
Why did you decide to come to TGIF?
I'm in student government, and it was kind of my duty to come here. So I'm here. I'm having a good time, though. It's actually pretty fun.
Okay, Katie, are you having a good time?
Of course.
Okay. What is your favorite activity?
So far, it would have to be volleyball. Me, Mara, and Katie are pretty good at that.
All right. If the freshman government decided to have more TGIFs, would you come to them?
I would suggest different ideas, like have a different variety each time, but I'm pretty sure I would most come to them.
It's that time of the year again, when students start to make decisions on what classes to take next year. The elective fair held on Monday, February 14th, helped answer some questions that students have about the electives. Some of the electives available for students include business, science, and the arts.
On Friday, February 4th, Cherry Hill West Junior Classical League, also known as the Latin Club, took its winter ice skating odyssey at the Blue Cross River Rink in Philly. Aside from West, other schools such as Willingsboro and Collingswood joined in the fun. The 2-hour odyssey left many, including myself, black and blue. Despite all the crashing, though, a wonderful time was had by all. On a related topic, the Latin Club and Greek Scholars are still looking for members. Other trips planned for the Latin Club this year are a Middle Eastern restaurant in Hershey Park. If interested in the Latin Club, speak with Mr. Monday in E36 or join the Greek Scholars on Tuesdays after school.
On Sunday, February 13th at 3 p.m., Cherry Hill West and East held their annual Black History Show inside of Cherry Hill East. The show was filled with delightful poetry and acting as well as beautiful singing. Involved in the show were students from West, Aurelia Anderson, Melanie Gaskins, Priscilla Williams, and Charmaine Harding. Also, there was an appearance by the mayor, Mrs. Susan Baslevin of Cherry Hill, who gave a speech to open up the show.
Let's start off with boys basketball. Last Thursday, they lost to Olympic Conference foe Triton 76-66. Norman Ingram led the team once again with 19 points. On Tuesday, the team squared off against number 2 in South Jersey, Cherokee. Cherokee proved to be worthy of their number 2 rating in South Jersey as they held West's leading scorer, Norman Ingram, to just 8 points. West lost the game 70-38.
Science Club held a meeting about an upcoming competition. The trip that is coming up is on March 21st and is in the New Jersey Science Olympics. It will be held at Middlesex County College. The Science Olympics is where the students go to compete in 30 different activities against students from throughout New Jersey. The competitions vary from disease detectives and bioprocess lab to physics labs and quantitative chemistry to tower building and egg drop. At the end, whichever schools has the most points will win a trophy. Medals will be awarded to the winners of the individual events. The number one school will advance to the national competition. An important milestone was marked this past week. The last Peanuts cartoon appeared in Sunday's papers. Ironically, the strip's creator, Charles Schulz, died on Saturday night. However, Snoopy, Lucy, Woodstock, and of course Charlie Brown will live forever.
West Report would like to extend our condolences to the family and friends of Jessica Ruth Stebbin, who passed away Tuesday, February 15th. Jessica was a sophomore whose bright smile lit up any room. A member of West Singers and Chamber Singers, Jessica had a voice like an angel. She was very well known for being an individual. Jessica wasn't afraid to dance and sing around the hallways or even dye her hair pink. A memorial service was held this past Sunday at St. Michael's Lutheran Church, where an overwhelming amount of Cherry Hill West students and faculty attended to show their love and support for one of the most amazing students to ever walk the halls of Cherry Hill West. Jessica will always be in our hearts and will be missed greatly.
On Wednesday, the National Honor Society inducted new members from the class of 2001. In addition, 5 new members from the class of 2000 were inducted. Senior Court Edelman delivered the welcoming remarks, and the guest speaker was Principal Dr. Alan Linke. A reception was held in the library immediately following the ceremony. DECA featured its annual fashion show. Models came out in their dazzling gowns and tuxes for Prom 2000, borrowed by bridals and by Kemi. This event was held in the auditorium during 8th period, complete with a DJ and MC. All in all, it was a great success.
Lauren, I love that. That's another new arrival over in the gown shop. I love it. How it's there. Kevin Wisniewski. Check him out, ladies and gentlemen. Love the Crown Collection. How beautifully look. You're smiling. Breathtaking as it takes center stage. The Cherry Hill West Committee. Tony Smith. Out there doing your thing, Dan. Next. Melissa James. It's not right.
The sophomore cotillion was held on Saturday, February 26th at the Marion House, Kings Highway from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Music played all night while the sophomores danced the night away to their favorite tunes. Pictures were taken by Craftsman and Cove Nat photographers. The sophomores feasted on hors d'oeuvres, cheeses, fruit, any kinds of desserts, and beverages. Unlike the proms, this occasion was not billed as a dinner, and there was not any assigned seating. Students had the option of dressing formally, but many dressed in the formal tuxes and gowns. Around 260 kids showed up to this event. Even though this occasion was mostly attended by couples, many students opted to come single and enjoy their friends' company.
Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it.
Tuesday, February 29th, the Township of Cherry Hill sponsored its annual Mayor's Leadership Institute. This program provided students from West and East with an opportunity to experience government life at the municipal level. The day begins with role-playing at the Township Building and ends in an evening council meeting simulation. West students involved included Dove Cohen, Adam Dembowitz, Mark DeWolf, Sujata Duda, Sherry Feldman, Alex Cardos, Alyssa Krutoff, Emily Naden, Amy Potter, Alex Richardson, and myself, Nick Falco.
Thursday, March 2nd, Dr. Seuss's birthday, West celebrated Read Across America's Write What's Right contest. The event was well attended all 8 periods of the day. To be eligible to take part in this contest, you must have submitted a form signed by your English teacher.
This is Andrew Main reporting. The theme of this year's contest was Bringing Us Together. During each period, 10 to 20 students read original poems or short stories that they had composed on the contest topic. A panel of 3 faculty judges judged the writings, and the best 5 in each period were chosen. The winners received a Snack Attack basket donated by Shop West containing a variety of snack food and a gift certificate to Burger King. All of the winning works will be posted on the library's internet site. Read Across America is a national event, and many schools around the country participated.
The Cherry Hill West Varsity Club has its first annual pickleball tournament on Friday, March 3rd in the Jones Gym at 7 p.m. Double tournaments were played and the champions, Matt Riley and Steve Chaika, won fantastic prizes. Pickleball, a smaller form of tennis, is played with wooden paddles and miniature wiffle balls. Students who are involved with the varsity club helped referee and sold tickets, which were $5 each. The money raised has been put towards the funds of the varsity sports next year. This event had an excellent turnout. On Wednesday, March 1st, in the auditorium, hypnotist Miss Amarusa came to visit our school. During 6th period, students from psychology and other social studies classes were welcome to enjoy this assembly. Students had the chance to go up on stage and be put under the act of hypnotism. Miss Amarusa had the students under her control by having them listen and do certain acts with their eyes closed. Those who were not on stage were sitting on the edge of their seats, fascinated by her clever show. Overall, this assembly was amusing and exciting. We hope she comes to visit us again.
This year's musical, Guys and Dolls, opens March 17th. Much work is put into the making of the sets. The stage crew members have been diligently working on the sets to make it realistic and wonderful. From painting to nailing boards together, the stage crew does it all.
The path towards an individual state title in wrestling is long and grueling. First districts, then regionals, then on to super regionals, and finally states. It's a path that requires a wrestler to have strength, patience, and endurance, 3 qualities associated with Cherry Hill West sophomore wrestler Ryan Cunningham. Cunningham won District 27, and last week inched even closer to a state title as he captured the 145-pound Region 7 title, the first of his career. He won on 7-4 decision over Blaine Adams in Rancocas Valley. Cunningham now vies for a super regional title in his quest for his first state title.
The business department proudly announced that 5 West students were winners of the National DECA Awards. They were Ian Wolf and Francis Doherty for Financial Services, Chris Shank, Dan Keith, and Mike Mandel for Marketing and Tourism. Chris Shank stopped by the studio to display his award-winning trophy. The 5 students will attend the National Convention in Louisville, Kentucky.
Auditions for solos in West's annual Broadway night performances were held after school on Friday the 10th and Monday the 13th of March in A6. Students tried out for many Broadway solos ranging from the serious and slow to ones with much more upbeat tempos.
The students involved in West Singers, as well as the orchestra here at West, are traveling to Rutgers-Camden University for this year's Teen Arts Festival. The students departed at 7:45 in the morning and will return around 2:30. This festival is used to let students take part in some of the activities they are interested in becoming acquainted with or learning more about. There were many things for the students to do, and toward the end of the day, West Singers performed and received a critique which will help them as a music group. Also, if they are selected, they can move to the state finals. The day was filled with fun for all the students involved and helped them learn more about their interests.
In a mini-meeting on Tuesday morning, seniors voted for their favorite out of 5 possible songs to be the theme for the senior prom in June. The songs that the seniors had to choose from were I'll Remember by Madonna, I'll Stand By You by the Pretenders, Crazy for You, also by Madonna, Open Arms by Journey, and Hold On to the Night by Richard Marx. West's junior ROTC students met outside the Jones Gym at 6 a.m. to head out on a trip to McGuire Air Force Base. The purpose of the trip, which was chaperoned by Chief Gargis, was to give students an opportunity to try their hands at the KC-10 flight simulators. The KC-10 is used in the mid-air refueling of many different types of aircraft and is not at all an easy machine to operate, even in an indoor simulator. While fellow cadets were busy crashing and burning, as they said in the simulator, others were occupied with games of knockout, tours of Air Force dorms, and informational sessions concerning ASVAB testing. Even though most cadets were unsuccessful with the KC-10s, everyone felt that it was a worthwhile experience that gave them a new respect for the people who refuel aircraft for a living and in times of war.
This St. Paddy's Day, March 17th, marked the opening of this year's spring musical, Guys and Dolls. The company of this year's show spent countless hours preparing for this exciting event. From rehearsing until 11:30 at night to making themselves beautiful with makeup, they've pretty much been through it all. And the first 3 performances turned out extremely well. I had a chance to catch up with a few cast members of this year's show and the director, Mr. Pinzer.
Hey, I'm Lindsay Counter here with 2 seniors involved in the musical here at West, Dove Cohen and Larry Zoll. Now, Dove is playing the role of Benny and Larry is playing the role of Nathan. Dove, how do you think the musical has gone so far?
Well, I was really happy with the weekend run of shows. I really think we put it together, especially how far we came in just 1 week of rehearsal since last Monday. So I was really happy with the run this weekend.
Okay, and Larry?
I agree with everything Dove said. I think a couple weeks before everyone was a little scared, but it came together really nicely. I'm really happy with the way it turned out.
Okay, and have a lot of your family members come to see the show?
Yes, my sister came home from college, and my stepsister Lauren Hinden got to come home and see the show. And my dad and his girlfriend and my mom and her husband, and everyone got to see the show. It was really cool.
That's nice. And how about you, Larry?
I had a bunch of people come this weekend, but I'm having more people come next weekend.
Okay, and what would you have to say to students that aren't currently involved in the theater department here at West?
Well, first I'd like to thank Alyssa Krutov for getting me the shirt for my birthday. Second of all, it's very nice and it's very comfortable. I would suggest it for anyone. Second of all, I'd say get involved in theater any way you possibly can. It's a really great way to meet people. Makeup girls are really, really nice. They really treat you nicely, and getting involved in Cree, meet a lot of cool people, and being on stage is awesome. The applause is just great. So I'd say get involved in theater any way you possibly can.
Okay, and Larry?
Again, I agree with Dove. I think even if you can't act or sing or anything, there's a lot more you can do. You can be on there's like 6 or 7 crews you can be on. It's just a great environment. It's like a big family.
Okay, thank you guys both very much. I'm Lindsay Counter here with the director of the musical this year, Mr. Pinzer. Hi, Mr. Pinzer, how are you?
Okay, Lindsay, very good, thank you.
Okay, so now I know that the opening of the show was this weekend. How did you think it turned out?
Went very successfully. We just had a couple of minor glitches here and there, but by and large, it was very, very exciting and enjoyable trio of performances.
Okay, that's great. And when are the next performances going to be held, and how much are the tickets?
Well, we're going for a Thursday night, and that's the 23rd, Friday night the 24th, and closing night is Saturday night the 25th.
On Saturday, March 25th, the cast of Guys and Dolls successfully performed their last show. Congratulations from everyone here broadcasting to the entire cast for the wonderful show. I had a chance to ask the director of the show, Mr. Pinzer, and some of the cast on what they thought of their last performance. I'm here backstage with Mr. Pinzer, the director of Guys and Dolls. Now, Mr. Pinzer, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, Diana.
Now, I know this Saturday was the last show, and the last show you performed. Now, what do you think about the show? What do you think about the performance? Did you like it?
I liked it a lot, yeah. I liked them all, but especially Saturday night, a little bit more excitement, a little bit more energy from the cast, and the seniors know this is going to be their last show, so you get a little bit emotional about that. But all in all, I thought Saturday was very successful.
And can you name any highlights, like the things was there anything that was memorable in particular, something that, for everyone, something to remember?
Well, Adelaide is a great part, and Bernadette did a great job with it. Most of the people I talked to mention her first, but of course, Garrett Miller and Trina Bass did great jobs in their roles, as did Larry Zoll and Lindsay Lipsman and all of the gangsters and all the hot box girls. It was just a great production all the way around.
I'm here with Bernadette DeSimone, a senior, and she had a part of Adelaide in Guys and Dolls. How are you doing, Bernadette?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. Now, I know this
Saturday was your last show. Now, what'd you think of the show in general?
Oh, in general, it went really well. We had a great success with the show. As for the seniors in the cast, we had a lot of memories. It was kind of sad, the last show, but we all pulled together and made our last night probably the best night of the show, and it worked really well. I was really happy.
Thursday, March 16th, our Latin students traveled to Rutgers University Douglas campus for the Junior Classical League's regional cardamom competition, a 3-round contest with teams of 4 to 12 students answering questions on ancient Latin and Greek topics. For the 3rd consecutive year, one of West's teams placed first in the region. We are now slated to advance to the state championships at Gateway High School on Saturday, April 8th. West is the only school in South Jersey this year to have a team finish in the top 3 at each level. The list of our participants are as follows. Our upper-level team, consisting of Mike Hahn, Mikhail Feldman, Mark Lummis, Shannon Merlino, and Dan Montiel, took first place. Our Level 1 team, consisting of Dove Cohen, Matt Levitas, Jeff McElroy, Diana Miller, took 3rd place, while our Level 2 team also took 3rd place with a team of Joe Creek, Will Dean, Dan Levy, Mike Lieberson, Leanna Nazi, Gladys Santos, Steve Slater, and Darcy Zajewski.
On Friday, March 24, 2000, 2 teams of 5 students each from the school's C++ and basic programming classes went to the Camden County College High School Programming Contest. The contest starts with an introduction to the contest and a chance for students to become familiar with the college's computer equipment. Next, the problem is presented. Both teams solve the same problem, however each team uses a different programming language. This year's problem was to write a program to translate Morse code to and from the regular alphabet. A half hour is given for the contestants to discuss the problem with their teammates, and then each person goes to their computer where they had an hour and a half to complete the programming tasks. I had an opportunity to speak with several of the contestants at the lunch reception after the contest. Hi, I'm here with
Aaron Berger, Michael Benson, Jason Frank.
We just got back from the Camden County College Computer Contest. How do you think you did at the contest?
I did all right. I didn't finish the program, but I did all right. Well, it was a difficult program. I got a lot done, but no cigar.
I got most of it done, but there were a few minor bugs in it in the end, so.
After lunch, the results were announced. The Cherry Hill West Basic Language team won 3rd place in South Jersey, and our C++ language team won 1st place. Senior Jason Frank won the 4th place individual award for C++. The members of the C++ team were Michael Rollis, Jason Frank, myself, Michael Benson, and Aaron Berger. Our 2 teams will be progressing to the state level contest being held at Rowan University this Saturday.
On March 20th, West held its annual Foreign Language Honor Society inductions in the library for Spanish, French, and Italian students have an A in their foreign language class and overall average for A's and B's in all other classes. The inductions lasted approximately 30 minutes with speeches made by French, Spanish, and Italian club presidents in their respective languages. After the inductions, Mrs. McClister congratulated the students on their outstanding achievements and the teachers and parents on their positive influence. This closing speech was followed by delicious cake and juice. The inductions were an overall success, and West is proud to have such outstanding and accomplished students in its halls.
However, the Courier Post did put out their All-South Jersey teams this weekend. Let's start off with girls bowling. Sophomore Chrissy Groh was named to first team All-South Jersey for bowling. Now let's move on to basketball, where junior guard Norman Ingram made 3rd team All Group 4. Congratulations to those two. And our girls swimming team that broke the school record, the 200 freestyle relay, comprised of Katie Copel, Laura Barone, Marissa Rolish, and Jen Mitchell, was named first team All-South Jersey. And of course, sophomore phenom wrestler Ryan Cunningham was named first team All-South Jersey for the 145-pound weight class. He had an outstanding season.
Have you walked into the professional library recently? If you have noticed the incredible pictures done by the photography students here at West. This exhibit is called Double Exposure. Double exposure is the process of developing 2 sets of film together to create one picture.
Seniors today about where they're going to be attending college next year and how they got to that decision. With me right now I have Alex Cardos. How you doing, Alex?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. Where do you think you're going to be attending next year?
I'm still narrowing down my decisions between a lot of schools, actually, because I applied to a wide range of schools.
How many did you apply to?
I don't know. My mom chose a lot of schools. I think it was around 10. I'm deciding right now between University of Arizona, Temple University, University of Massachusetts, and Northeastern University, which is in Boston. I'm leaning towards Northeastern. And I also got a big scholarship package to Albright College in Reading, Pennsylvania, so I wouldn't be surprised if I ended up there.
All right, good luck next year.
Thanks.
I'm here with Margaret Kavanaugh. How you doing today, Margaret?
Good, how are you doing?
Pretty good, thanks. Do you know where you're going to be attending next year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to Rutgers up north.
Which campus?
Douglas.
All right, that's pretty there. How come you think you're going to be attending that one?
Well, I just went to go visit last Saturday, and it was really beautiful, and it was just like a nice, just nice atmosphere.
Great. Good luck next year.
Thanks, you too.
I'm here with
Susan Tiley.
How you doing today, Soph?
Good.
Do you know where you're going to be attending next year?
Yeah, next year I'm going to be going to Boston College.
Why did you pick that school?
Well, I went up to visit in September with my dad, and I really fell in love with it. It was a beautiful campus, and the city of Boston is also great.
Yeah, it is cool. All right, good luck next year.
Thanks.
I'm here with
Meg Kelly.
How you doing today? Do you know where you're going to be attending next year?
Yeah, I'm going to Wellesley. It's up near Boston.
What led you to pick that school?
Well, first of all, I love Boston. It's a really cool town, and they have really great overseas programs at Wellesley, and the teachers are all great and stuff. So it's cool.
Awesome. Good luck next year.
You too.
Hi, I'm here with
Tom Evans.
I see you got your baseball uniform on today. You guys got a game?
Somewhat.
Who are you guys playing?
Woodrow Wilson.
Well, good luck in the game. I have a question for you. Where are you attending next year?
For college you're talking about?
Yes.
I am undecided right now because I'm still waiting to hear from James Madison and Maryland University. But kind of leaning towards James Madison right now.
Is there any reason why?
I like the area. It's a decent school.
Good parties?
I'm yet to experience that.
Well, maybe you should check them out.
The interview is.
Hi, I'm Lisa Cates.
And you are a
senior.
Okay. Now, what kind of car is this?
It's a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Okay. And did you pay for this car by yourself, or was it handed down to you by your parents?
Parents got it for me.
Oh, okay. Do you have any special nicknames for your car?
Well, not really, but you just told me it looks like a Smurf.
It does look like a Smurf. And how much did your parking spot cost here?
$50. It's a little expensive.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I didn't care because my parents paid for it.
I'm now here with.
Glenn Ottinger.
And what grade are you in, Glenn?
12th.
All right. What kind of car is this?
This is a Volkswagen Fox. She's my little baby.
Yeah.
Waxed her up this weekend.
Okay. And was this car handed down to you, or did your parents?
No, it was bought. $200. It was it was my sister's. This is her car, and I bought it for $200.
Oh wow, that's great. Now, do you have any special nicknames for your car?
Chick magnet,
Why is that?
because it doesn't get any chicks. It's no pun intended.
Okay.
All right,
and
guys, next question.
Where's your parking spot located?
Whatever, JFK over there, free. I don't pay $50 to park.
Oh, okay. What do you feel? How do you feel about the kids that have to pay $50?
I think it's disgraceful.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. $50 to park? It's terrible. Where's this money going to? That's what I want to know.
All right, that's it. Thanks a lot, Glenn.
Thank you.
I'm now here with
Jackie Del Rossi.
And Jackie, what grade are you in?
12.
All right. What kind of car is this right here?
It's a Ford Crown Victoria.
Okay. And was this car handed down to you, or did you pay for it by yourself?
No, my dad found this guy to get it from.
Oh. That sounds good. And do you have any nicknames for your car?
Yeah, a lot of people call it Big Blue. Big Baby Blue.
Big Baby Blue. Okay. And where do you park? Is this your parking spot?
Yeah, this is my parking spot. 109.
Okay. And how much did it cost?
$50.
How do you feel about that?
I hate it. I think it's awful. I think they should give it back. I think it's stupid.
Friday, April 7th marked West's first annual People's Choice Awards. This night, sponsored by Renaissance, was held in West Auditorium to honor students who have displayed outstanding qualities. Each teacher was given the opportunity to pick a student that they felt was deserving of this prestigious award.
This year, the Junior Prom was held at the exquisite Aletto's Catering in Deptford, New Jersey. Students, teachers, and administrators who attended the evening all raved at its success, as they really busted a move on the hot, sweaty, soulful dance floor. When most people think about the preparation for the Junior Prom, they think about girls spending hours getting their hair, makeup, and nails done to look their best for this special night. Well, we proved them wrong by watching the timely routine of Noah Saft, the governor of the junior class, as he prepared for the Junior Prom. Here with senior Ian Wolf. Ian, looking sharp tonight, buddy. You're a senior. How did you get to go to this lovely prom tonight?
Well, I was invited by one of my good friends, Lindsay Hooper, to go, so...
That's great. Are you having a good time so far, Ian?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And how was the food tonight?
The food's decent, it's all right.
Are you looking forward to dancing?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to have a ball.
And after the prom, what are you going to be doing after the prom?
I think I might be heading up to the shore for the weekend, hang out with some of my friends.
Well, have a good time, Ian. Thanks a lot. Now we're looking backstage in the kitchen for all the preparation needed for the Junior Prom 2000.
Hi, I'm reporter Glenn Odger here at the Junior Prom 2000, staying with 4 lovely ladies, Jen Rock, Jackie Del Rossi, Mandy McLaughlin, and Jamie Bassinger. May I ask you all, who may you be wearing tonight?
Who are we wearing? This is a dress from the King of Prussia Mall. This is actually my friend's dress, Rachel Suckanek. She let me borrow it. It's very nice to her.
Rather lovely. Mandy.
I got my dress at Macy's in the Cherry Hill Mall.
Okay. Jamie.
This dress is from David's Bridal. That's it.
All right, that's fantastic. You guys having fun here so far. May I ask you, how did you end up, you're all seniors, how did you end up at the Junior Prom this year?
I came with Tim Hutchinson. I came with Matt Alpert.
Ooh.
I came with Steve Slotkin. I came with Chris Reynolds.
Now see, that's hot right there. All right, you ladies, I want to wish you an eventful evening. Great fun, great music. Did you guys eat already?
Yeah.
All right, did you like it?
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, Hawaiian chicken or filet mignon?
Hawaiian chicken. Filet.
See that? That's what I like to see. All right, next interview, please. Thank you, ladies. He's a good friend of mine from lighting crew, Pat Welding. Who are you here with tonight?
The beautiful Jess Gelman.
I see her standing right next to Dan, my cameraman, right now. Yeah, and there she is. All right, you plan on doing some dance tonight?
Yeah, very much so.
Any particular songs you're looking forward to hearing?
What?
Dark Star?
Dark Star into St. Stephen, maybe?
All right, what are your hopes of, what do you think the chances of that coming on tonight are?
Slim to none.
All right, I agree. All right, next reporter, Dan Myers with another interview.
Mike Badge, how you doing tonight? Junior, Cherry Hill West, how you doing?
I'm doing good,
You're looking good, man. You're really looking good.
You too.
You having a good time tonight here at your first prom?
Yeah, ripping it up.
I mean, how does this compare to the sophomore cotillion?
Nothing, Sophomore cotillion was like, all right, but this is all, this is good.
You're having a really good time at your first prom? And what are some songs that you'd like to hear tonight, Mike?
I want to hear some Biggie, I want to hear like Mo Money, Mo Problems, but I don't think they're going to play it, This is a good song right here.
Right.
You feel the music? Yeah.
And who's your date here tonight?
Vanessa Vages, lovely lady, lovely.
All right, Mike, well, have a good time, man.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm here with 2 West graduates, Rich Burmuth and Nick Cassette. How you guys doing this evening?
Pretty good. Very good, having a good time.
You guys graduated a few years ago. How'd you guys get to come back to the junior prom?
My sister's a junior here at Cherry Hill West, and I'm doing her a favor, actually. She's going with one of my buddies, and I'm going with one of her girlfriends. So it's sort of, worked out.
Yeah, I'm going with Richie's sister, because I think she's hot, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to hit it.
Speaking of Rich's sister, how you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
All right.
She looks very beautiful tonight, doesn't she?
You're looking very nice tonight.
I'm proud that she's my sister.
I'm proud to say that she's Richie's sister as well.
I see over here Noah Seth dancing it away. We got ladies, oh my goodness, look at all these ladies. Noah, can I have a word?
What's on plan?
How are things going tonight?
Pretty well.
You've been playing this prom for all these weeks, possibly months. How are your things going in your eyes?
I think the sit-down dinner really worked well.
That's great. What'd you have to eat?
The steak, the filet,
Darian, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
You're looking rather lovely. What are you wearing?
I'm not sure. It's a dress. That's about
Do you know who you are wearing?
Daria?
Who?
Daria, that's the name of the company.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We're getting dancing over here. Who we got? We got Jess Gelman,
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
You having fun tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with Carl. How you doing tonight? You having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
That's good to hear.
Keeping up with the junior class, senior portraits are here again. All this week, the junior class will be sitting for their portraits, posing in formal wear, as well as their caps and gowns. The students are given a variety of backgrounds to choose from when their pictures come in. The sense of graduation is finally growing stronger as these students are completing the final steps of their junior year.
While some students relaxed locally over their abbreviated spring break, others had an extended international experience. Both our French club and our music program took trips to Europe. Due to previous travel arrangements made before the occurrence of snow days, the travelers not only got a chance to visit Europe, but also missed a few school days in the process. I had a chance to speak with a few students before and after they embarked on this memorable journey.
Shan DeSanto, and I'm here with Meg Kelly and Greg DeTurk, 2 seniors at West who are going to Europe over spring break. Meg, when are you going to Europe?
I'm going today, and I'm going with the French club.
Okay, and where exactly are you going?
We're going to Paris for like 5 days, and then we're going up to St. Malo, which is a place in Normandy, for 2 days.
And what are you going to do there? Just like sightsee, look around?
Yeah, we're going to go sightsee, see places like the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower, and just hang out in Paris. It'll be cool.
Sounds good. All right, Greg, where are you going?
We're going to London, Paris, and then Lucerne, Switzerland.
Okay, and obviously you're going to sing. What kind of pieces are you doing, and what groups are you performing with?
The choral department is bringing chamber singers, West singers, and then a combined choir of anybody who was able to sign up for the trip. So we're going to do, like some of the standard stuff that West singers and chamber singers sings, but then, bigger pieces for like huge choirs in various churches and, spots to perform in all 3 countries.
Sounds good. And how long are you going to be there?
I'm going to be in London for 3 days, Paris for 2, and then we're spending the rest of the time in Lucerne. I think it's from the 15th to the 24th.
Sounds good. All right, well, I hope you guys both have fun, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys after to see how it went. Thanks a lot. Here with a follow-up interview for the spring break trips to Europe. I'm here with Amanda Martinez, who went with the French club to France, and I'm here with Adam Elson, who went with the music program to Europe. So Amanda, tell me a little bit about the trip and where were some of the places you visited and what were your favorites?
We spent the first 3 nights in Paris, and then we went up north to Normandy, where the D-Day beaches were, and stayed over in St. Malo for 2 nights. Then we came back to Paris for a night, and my favorite part was probably we had a night cruise on the Seine River, which runs through Paris. And everything was lit up. We saw Notre Dame and Eiffel Tower, and that was probably my favorite part. But mostly Paris was the best part of the trip.
Sounds good. Thanks. And Adam, where did you guys go?
We spent the first 3 nights in England, and then we spent the next 2 days in France, staying in Paris. We stayed in London when we were in England, and then we spent the next 3 days in Switzerland. And Switzerland was probably the best thing there because you were down on the ground at 70 degrees and then take a lift up and you were in 40 degrees at a ski resort with people skiing around you, and it was a really magnificent view, and the concerts were cool too.
Sounds good. And how many concerts did you perform in?
Performed 5 concerts at like St. Martin in the Fields and just different places all over the 3 countries.
On Tuesday, April 25th, the entire freshman class was called down to the auditorium to a mini meeting regarding community service. Dr. DeGeezy, the coordinator of the community service program, discussed requirements and point values for participating in community service. After this, several students involved in community service talked about different options that were available for next year. To conclude, Dr. DeGeezy told the students that they could start 20 hours over the summer and congratulated the students on high participation.
At 7 o'clock on Friday, April 14th, West's Junior ROTC program held its annual awards ceremony in the auditorium and cafeteria. Prestigious national awards and medals were presented in the auditorium, followed by refreshments and local awards in the cafe. Parents were also treated to an impressive rifle team demonstration by Charles Letourneau, Matt Norland, Ryan Cotter, Devin Wilcox, and Matan Gandhi. The event was well attended and enjoyed by everyone. The West Report would like to congratulate all cadets who were honored that evening.
On Saturday, April 29th, students arrived at school at 9 a.m. to help out with School Beautification Day. Students and various clubs cleaned up trash around the building and planted gardens in the front and back of the school. Wes would like to thank those who helped out. Everything looks great. On Tuesday, April 25th, the Eastern Humanities students made a 2-hour trek to New York City to visit the Asian Society and Metropolitan Museum of Art to explore some of the aspects of Asian culture studied in the class. Led by teachers Mr. Bova and Mrs. Ryan, the students took a look at Philippine fashion at the Asian Society's small venue upon their arrival in the Big Apple. From there, the trip moved out of the concrete jungle and into the natural landscape of Central Park, where the kids could enjoy lunch amidst the serene setting. After eating, the students moved on to the last leg of the expedition at the Met, roaming the halls to take in the many exhibits. The trip was definitely a cultural, enriching, and entertaining one for all in attendance.
The top story in sports this week deals with one of West's scholar athletes. Senior Katie Kopel was picked as the Courier Post Scholar Athlete of the Week. Katie is a member of National Honor Society at West. She's a National Merit Scholar, a Cherry Hill West Hall of Fame Scholarship Award winner, and a Bluestein Distinguished Scholar. She was a member of the varsity swim team for 4 years, varsity field hockey her junior and senior year, varsity lacrosse senior year, and all South Jersey first team swimming grades 9 to 11 and second team her senior year. Congratulations to Katie, who will be attending Princeton next fall. Now let's move on to team sports, where the Cherry Hill West baseball team took their second tournament title in 2 years as they won the one-day Hamilton Classic in Hamilton, New Jersey. Senior Steve Chaikin went 6 for 8 with 4 RBIs, and sophomore Evan Graham belted a 2-run home run in the championship game against Ocean City to win that game 9-5. He was also named tournament MVP. Senior Andrew Sherwinski took the win for the Lions in that game.
This past Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights, West Auditorium was packed with students and parents to see the annual Broadway Night show. This year's theme was the songs of George and Ira Gershwin, among others. I had a chance to catch up with West Choral directors, Mrs. Bass and Mr. Beckley, to discuss the event. Okay, I understand Broadway Night was this past weekend. Would you guys like to inform our viewers as to what exactly is Broadway Night?
Well, Broadway Night is in its 11th or 12th year, and it's a night of popular music, musicals, Broadway shows, all kinds of stuff where we use dancing and acting and just kind of take a lighter approach to our concert repertoire.
Anything from you, Ms. Beckley?
Gives a chance for us to bring together the two schools, Cherry Hill West and Carusi, so that the little guys can see what they're going to aspire to be.
Okay, how did it go?
It was really, really successful, but really, really hot.
Same here, very, very hot. I'm 10 pounds lighter.
Were there any highlights that you would like to comment on as far as any good performances by anybody in particular?
Well, I think it was Sean Smith's first Broadway night, so I think he made a really stellar appearance there. Also, I think it was one of our strongest dance shows. We have some great choreographers, and Especially Laura Neckwitz and Garrett Miller did an awesome job when we got to the West Side Stories selections, and the guys really danced well. It's not every high school you have where you have a lot of men that can dance and make it look good, and that happened, I think, this year very nicely.
I also really enjoyed everything, but my most favorite was Make Our Garden Grow. That was just breathtaking and kind of just lifted everybody up from their seats, I think. It was excellent.
On Tuesday, May 9th, in the auditorium, the senior class had a mini-meeting to discuss project graduation. This event, which will take place on Wednesday, June 22nd from 10 to 4 in the morning at the Cascade ACC. Mrs. Haynick, who has been coordinating project graduations for 10 years, talked to the students about some of the activities, ID tags, and prizes. Mrs. Haynick will be stepping down this year with her daughter graduating.
I'm pleased to announce this week that senior captain Steve Chaika was named South Jersey Player of the Week. I had a chance to catch up with Steve in the hallways of West. Hi, I'm Dan Myers with Athlete of the Week, Steven Chaika, a senior West varsity baseball captain. Steve, congratulations, first of all. What have you done this season to get this honor of Player of the Week?
Well, last week I went 12 for 12 with, I believe, a couple doubles, and the rest were singles, and had a few RBIs in there, so batting around 6'11" right now, that's why.
On a personal level, that's excellent, Steven. Over to the lacrosse team now. The girls faced off against East last Wednesday, and unfortunately, having a tough season this year, they lost that game 18-5. However, senior Morgan Lang did have a hat trick in that game.
Many students have been participating in this year's AP exams. These highly difficult tests are optional for those students who take courses at the advanced placement level.
Two students who are taking AP tests over the next several days. First, I have Nicole Portick. And Nicole, what test are you taking?
Music theory AP test.
And when is that test?
Monday.
And how have you prepared for this test? What have you been doing to study?
Besides going to class, just studying, working on my oral skills, and reading out through the book.
That's great. And do you feel that you're well prepared? Do you think you'll do okay?
I'll do all right. I'm still working on it since I have a couple days left.
Okay, good luck. All right, now I have Mike Rolish. Now, Mike, what tests are you taking this year?
English literature, statistics, music theory, and psychology.
That's a pretty intense list you got there. How do you think you're going to do? Have you been studying a lot?
Yeah, I prepare for each test. I mean, I've already taken 8 so far. This year will make it 12. And I've gotten 5 so far, and I should do it again.
3 juniors who have taken AP tests over the past few days. I'm going to have them introduce themselves.
Steve Slotkin. Ed Berkery. The Messiah.
Okay, Steve, what tests have you been taking so far?
I just took the U.S. history test today.
And how do you think you did? Did you study at all? Did you prepare?
Yeah, I was studying basically this past week, and it's pretty specific, so it's difficult.
And Dr. Brown, if you're watching, I studied forever because I love you.
Okay, now Ed, what test were you taking today?
I took the U.S. history test too. It was really hard. I think I might have done okay, but I don't know. It was pretty hard.
Okay, and how about you, Mr. Messiah?
Well, I took the history test too, but I cheated on it, so it was pretty darn easy. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good to know. So you didn't have to study at all then, did you?
No, it was really nice. I got the answers from somebody in New Zealand. I had to sell them my liver to get the answers, but you know, what do I need a liver for? As long as I get a good, decent grade on my AP history exam.
Absolutely. We have a senior Ashley Blum. Now, Ashley, recently, over the past few days, you've been getting a lot of recognition around the school. You've been winning certain awards. I understand you've received the award for Most Courageous in the school, and also an article in the Courier Post. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
It was a $500 scholarship from the Cherry Hill Lions Club to help with college, pretty much.
And have you decided where you're going to go next year and what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to Widener University to study psychology.
That's really cool. Now, when they came to interview you for the newspaper, did you have any idea what was going on, like what they were interviewing you about?
She just said it was like about that award, pretty much.
Did you know that you were getting a scholarship when they gave you that award, or was it a total surprise to you? Did you have any clue?
It was a surprise. My guidance counselor did it for me, like applied for me pretty much.
That's really great. Well, this past Mother's Day, May 14th, our very own Men of Note had an opportunity to sing the national anthem for the Philadelphia Phillies game. Unfortunately, the Atlanta Braves captured the win for the game, but Men of Note gave a spectacular performance and had a great time. On Friday, May 19th at 7:30 in the auditorium, Cherry Hill West held its annual One-Act Play Festival. Each class chooses its own one-act play that lasts for 40 minutes. The freshmen did Once Upon a Playground. The sophomore play was The Whole Shabam. The juniors did Egod, What a Cad, and the seniors did Just a High School Play. The following students won awards: Garrett Miller, senior, for Best Actor, Senior Trina Bass for Best Supporting Actress, Senior Bernadette Simone for Best Newcoming Actress, Senior Melanie Daskins for Best Actress, Senior Larry Zoll for Best Supporting Actor, Junior Steve Slotkin for Best Newcoming Actor, Freshman Mona Wu for Best Newcoming Director, Junior Alana Chin for Best Costumes, and Junior Jen Rollings for Best Set Director. Overall, every class did a great job, but the class of 2000 came out with their third victory in 4 years. I had a chance to speak with 4 seniors who were involved in the one-act play.
Here backstage with
Dub Cohen,
Megan Kelly,
Larry Zoll.
And you guys all did a great job. How was your overall feeling of the play, all together?
I was really happy how it all came together, and everyone worked really hard in the past couple weeks and really made it come together, so I was very happy with it.
Yeah, I thought tonight's performance was pretty smooth. It was really good.
I think it went very well. It was pretty, it was kind of iffy the past couple days, but yesterday it really came together, and we pulled it together and it came off really well.
Thursday, May 18th was Cherry Hill West Annual Science Career Day. Mrs. Mass still was in charge of the special science day. Some of the presenters were West graduates. The presenters ranged from veterinarians, engineers, firemen, doctors, and even medical technicians.
Hi, I'm in front of the main office with
Melissa Montiel.
Mike Caprati. Chris Reynolds.
And they have their portraits, self-portraits hanging in the front of the main office. Melissa, how long did it take and what kind of techniques did you use in your art?
It took about 3 weeks and I used just color pencil.
And your picture? Okay. And Mike, how about yours? Because I noticed all 3 of them are different. One's colored, one's done in pencil, and then one's done with ink. And yours is the pencil, right?
Yeah. Like she said, basically we just took a little picture that we did of ourselves. Like they took it on a digital camera, they printed it out, and we had to just draw a grid over top of it so we knew where we were gonna draw.
Mine was done basically the same way as Mike's, with the picture scanned or taken, and then the graphed off sections. However, I had some smaller blocks, and instead of just like a realistic drawing, it's kind of scribbled in each box.
Well, it was the rain that pushed West's first and last state game back a day. Instead of playing Monday the 22nd as scheduled, Cherry Hill West baseball team had to play home Tuesday the 23rd against Brick Township. This year, seniors Drew Rosner and Steve Chaika hope to bounce back from last year's first round loss to Cherry Hill East. West is looking for the win in the States that hasn't come in a few years. The game opened with a few errors on West's part, and Brick Township jumped out to a 3-0 lead in the second inning. That is when the game was delayed 25 minutes due to an injury by a Brick Township player. The game continued, and so did the hitting of Brick Township. They jumped out to a 5-0 lead until Drew Rosner, who was pitching in this game, took the game in his own hands and hit a home run over the left field wall. As they went into the 6th inning, West crowd looked in disappointment as Brick Township added a few more runs. West rallied back late in the game with a couple runs, and Drew Rosner hit a double, but couldn't overcome the defense by Brick Township. The game ended with an 8-5 win to Brick Township. I would also like to congratulate Steve Chaika, who was named to All-South Jersey Carpenter Cup and also named to First Team All-Conference. Congratulations, Steve. Last Wednesday, May 16th, West volleyball team battled against crosstown rival East in the annual volleyball match. This year, it was held in West's Walsh Gym. Many fans came out to support the Lions. West got out to a great start, but unfortunately, the 17-1 Cougars picked up the match and dominated. East's Tim Roach, Matt Minoff, Paul Rowe, and Jeff Mooney controlled the court. Outstanding efforts for West were junior Boris Smoiver, senior Mei Lu, Andy Yoon, RJ Aquino, and Nick Falco. East won the match in straight sets, 15-8, 15-6.
PAVIS, otherwise known as International Day, is held Friday, May 27th, periods 1 through 8 throughout West. PAVIS's focus is on the literary, art, musical, acting, and international aspects of West. In the Walsh Gym, students' artwork was displayed. In the auditorium, music groups and the West Singers performed. The Wind Ensemble played the Persichetti Symphony for band Corsican Litany. The Symphonic Band played Anthem for Winds and Percussion. The orchestra played Henry VIII. Jazz band played Stella by Starlight, and the jazz ensemble played Love for Sale. Fermata sang Going to See My Baby by Sweet Honey and the Rock. Chamber singers did I Love My Love by the King Singers. In the cafe, bands played and international food was served. Last week, Cherry Hill West held the annual instrumental concert. Anticipating warm weather, the concert was held at Cherry Hill East for the first time. The weather turned out to be cool, but that did not dampen the spirit of the audience, who was treated to a wonderful evening of instrumental music. At the concert, the John Philip Sousa Award was given to Ivo Bessica and Sherry Feldman. We hope in the near future to have our own air-conditioned auditorium for the comfort of our music-loving fans. Last Thursday, May 26th, West Award-winning literary magazine Aspects was released to the public. This year's magazine, with the beautiful golden cover, features first-rate poetry and prose and beautiful visual art. The theme is dreams, and you can own a copy by seeing any Aspects member. Congratulations to advisor Mr. Howe and editor-in-chief Leslie Vega.
On Thursday, June 1st, marked the annual Cherry Hill West Senior Prom. The event, which took place from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m., was held at Philadelphia's Ballroom at the Bend. With the theme, I'll Stand By You, the prom featured a buffet-style dinner to start off the evening and a DJ to keep the dance floor alive. From the tuxes and gowns to the Baby Got Back to the hot roast beef, the night was packed with excitement, good food, and upbeat music. According to those in attendance, the prom, which also served as a springboard to many seniors' weekends down the shore, was a fun time for all. I had a chance to talk with some of the seniors who returned this week. I'm Marissa Relish, and I'm here with Sean Smith, who's a senior and went to the prom. Hi.
Hi.
First, tell me, who did you go with?
I went with Emily Naden.
Did you find anything extremely wonderful about certain points in the prom?
I don't know. I thought the food was pretty good, and the place that we had it at was really nice. So it was cool.
Anything you'd like to have changed, maybe?
Not really. Maybe the dance floor. The dance floor was a little bit small, but otherwise it was pretty much a perfect night.
Do you want to tell me what you did after the prom?
We went down to Wildwood and we played fun games.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Matt Riley, who is also a senior.
Matt, who did you go with?
Amanda Still, my girlfriend.
Okay. Did you find it? What was the good points of prom?
I thought everybody looked really nice, and to tell you the truth, what actually tickled my fancy the most was the nice 2000 ice sculpture they had over by the dance floor. I liked that a lot. That was cool.
What did you do after the prom?
I went down the shore, hung out on the beach and stuff.
Okay, thank you. I'm here with Lindsay Lipsman, who is another senior. Hi, who did you go with?
I went with Steve Scher, who graduated here last year.
Okay, what did your dress look like?
It was green and long, and it was kind of funky. It was really different.
Well, did you find anything that you didn't like about the prom?
Not really. The dance floor was a little small, but other than that, it was great. It was a lot of fun.
What did you do after the prom?
A group of us, there was about 20 of us that went down to Ocean City, stayed at a house for the weekend. It was a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you. I'm here now with Ashley Gibbons, who is a senior. Who did you go with?
I went with my boyfriend, Matt Angelieri.
What did you like about the prom?
I guess the thing that I liked the most about it was just being there with all my friends and stuff. I shared a limo with all of my best friends in the world, who I'm going to miss a lot next year, so I think it was really great to be able to spend time with them and stuff like that. So that was just my favorite part about the whole.
What didn't you like?
I don't know that there was really anything that I didn't like per se. I think the dance floor was a little small. I agree with that, but really that was about it, I guess.
Okay. Thank you. All right, and I'm here with Glenn Ottinger, who's a senior. Who did you go with?
I went with Casey Jones, the lovely.
What did you like about the prom?
The sweaty dance floor. It got real soulful. It was packed with nothing but romantics. What else? The sculpture, they were talking about earlier. That was really good. The beef could have been a little bit juicier, but otherwise it was a good time. Bathrooms were nice, and tables were a little bit tight. But I'll tell you, I did like the sodas. The sodas, you could just pour your own canned sodas. They gave the ice and everything. I love that. Yeah.
Okay, what did you do after the prom?
Went to Wildwood, ripped it all weekend. I mean, ripped it. And not in that sense, but just had a killer time. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what we did. I got a little sunburn. I hit up some jet skis for free, right in the bay. Rode for 45 minutes. Didn't cost me a penny. Great time. Thanks to Deanna Jerome. Thank you.
Back to the West
That's
Report.
right.
And that's a wrap.
Have a good night. Have a good summer. Peace out.
We'll see you.
Peace.
Today, on this 22nd day in June, we stand together on the football field to celebrate where we have marched together. We are to celebrate the memories from our public school lives as well as the memories that we have not yet experienced. We are to acknowledge that life will go on, that we will always march on.
Together, as a class, we must realize that we have learned things over the past 4 years that we will always take with us. I'm not talking about algebra or chemistry. I'm talking of the life lessons we have learned, and the friends we have made, and the things we have done. Keep them with you always, and you can never go wrong. Just remember, we can create, and we can change. We can make a difference.
Our class possesses a high level of talent and ability in so many areas. Thus far, we have not been afraid to take on challenges. But the future is always ahead of us, and we always must be prepared. So today, I present yet another challenge. As this is the bath at the end of one day, let tomorrow be another dirty green day, where you conquer larger land areas, higher trees, and steeper bridges.
For by graduating high school, you have reached an important milestone in your lives. This event is important not in signifying what you have done. That is, of course, forever in the past. Instead, it should symbolize what lies ahead of you. And you do have much to do. After years under the care of your parents in the school district, you now have to establish independent lives. You must now become responsible, contributing members of society.
Members of the class of 2000 have distinguished themselves in academics, technology, the arts, music, journalism, athletics, and service to their school and community. They have brought honor to themselves, their families, to West and to Cherry Hill.
Think what a better world it would be if we all, the whole world, had cookies and milk about 3 o'clock every afternoon and then lay down with our blankets for a nap. Or if all the governments had as a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and to clean up after their own messes. And it is still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together.
Our hearts swell with pride when we look at the people you have become. Having accomplished much already, let me speak the words to you that every parent, relative, and friend in the stands is silently praying. That you find your way to a fulfilling life. I wish that for each and every one of you.
Whether you're moving on to a job, the military, or college, you are starting on the next path of your life. This is one of the most exciting times of your lives and also can be one of the scariest. The best advice I can give to you is to aim high. You are all stars in your own right. Make each and every one of your stars shine bright.
And as I wish you farewell, I pray that we may all be blessed by a never-ending amount of love in our lives. Thank you, loved ones, parents, teachers, and friends, for everything that you have taught us. Our journey together so far has been one of pure beauty, and I can only hope that our lives continue to be as blessed. doom, doom, ba doom, 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 ba doom, 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 ba doom, doom, ba doom, 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 ba doom, 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 ba doom, 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 ba doom, doom, doom.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. If the sky that we look up upon should crumble and fall, or the mountain should tumble into the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. When the night is calm and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me.
Whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, just stand, baby. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. When the night is calm and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, you can stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, just stand, baby. Stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by me. Oh, darling, darling, stand by me.
The fish in the sea, the stars up in the sky. It's a bird in flight that makes it alright and keeps this world alive. Is it just coincidence I know it doesn't make no sense, whistling a tune with glee. Me, myself and I makes three. It doesn't take a scientist to prove to me that you're the best. It wouldn't change the twinkle in your eyes. My heart will find no melody. I'd find myself in jeopardy if you weren't in my life. It's you and me, the fish in the sea, the stars up in the sky. It's a bird in flight that makes it alright and keeps this world, keeps this world, keeps this world alive. If I only were a king, all your fingers would have rings. The biggest one would spell your name, and an holiday would bear the same. I'm not a rocket scientist, don't fuss about with politics. Forever you're the apple of my eye. My heart beats like a timpani, accompanying the symphony that spins our lives around. It's a you and me, the fish in the sea, the stars up in the sky. It's a bird in flight that makes it alright and keeps this world, keeps this world, keeps this world